The Subcommittee on Oversight and Investigations will now come to order. The chair now recognizes himself for 5 minutes of an opening statement. Good morning and welcome to today's hearing entitled Ensuring Public Safety, Oversight of the U.S. Organ Procurement and Transplant System. I want to begin this hearing by saying that it is an honor to serve as the chairman of this subcommittee, and I look forward to working on a bipartisan basis to shed light on many areas in need of oversight and reform. Just last year, 48,000 organ transplants were performed in the United States. Many of us know someone who is an organ donor or an organ recipient. There might be relatives, friends, neighbors, coworkers. These procedures are often life-saving and can extend an individual's life by years, if not by decades. While organ transplants are a relief to so many families, there's actually another side to the story that is equally important, and that is the story of the donors and their loved ones. In September of last year, this subcommittee held a hearing to conduct oversight of the organ transplant and procurement system, as well as implementation of the Securing the U.S. Organ Procurement and Transplantation Network Act, which was signed into law in September of 2023. During that hearing, certain allegations came to light, raising concerns whether practices and procedures were putting patient safety at risk. Following the hearing, the Health Resources and Services Administration, known as HRSA, directed the Organ Procurement and Transplantation Network, or OPTN, to investigate the issue to better understand what transpired in one of these alleged incidents. HRSA also conducted its own investigation. The agency compiled a report that describes practices at the Organ Procurement Organization, OPO, formerly known as the Kentucky Organ Donor Affiliates, CODA, but it is now known as the Network for Hope. The report also details the failures by the OPO and the OPTN to adequately recognize and respond to poor patient care and quality practices. HRSA then issued a corrective action plan to the OPTN, directing them to take specific actions to address the concerns that were identified in the reviews. I asked unanimous consent to enter HRSA's report dated March 24, 2025, and HRSA's corrective action plan dated May 28, 2025, into the hearing record. Without objection, so ordered. The report provided a detailed overview of HRSA's investigation, including about what is referred to as the index case, OPTN, the OPTN contractor, and CODA, and finally, CODA's organ procurement in recent years. As part of the review of the cases beyond the index case, HRSA focused on the overall medical presentation and initial and subsequent neurologic status of patients, staff interactions with patients and families, and primary medical teams, and evidence of robust documentation and quality assurance procedures. Lastly, the report includes an appendix consisting of OPTN's findings following the HRSA-directed review. For every doctor, one of the most important tenets in the doctor-patient relationship is, above all, do no harm. But what happened in these cases fractured the doctor-patient relationship and saw patients subjected to pain and suffering that should never have occurred. As a member of Congress, we all swore an oath to protect the constitutional right to life afforded to each and every American. These incidents cannot be allowed to stand without strict investigation and oversight in the spirit of our constitutional oath. The federal government plays a critical role in ensuring the organizations tasked with administering and overseeing our nation's organ procurement and transplant operate safely, effectively, and in accordance with the law. Transparency is key to improving the system and repairing the public trust. This committee has and will continue to follow the facts so that we can restore trust and accountability within the system. I want to thank the witnesses from both panels for joining us today I look forward to hearing from each of you about the challenges facing the organ procurement and transplant system, the ways that the system can be improved, and how we can ensure the safety of all patients who elect to be organ donors. I now recognize the ranking member of the subcommittee, Ms. Clark, for her opening statement.